On this video tutorial, we will be showing you how to use the DROID and our Big Game CD digital maps, how to install the app that will use these apps when you're backcountry and run off the satellites. So first of all, on my DROID, I'm going to go into my apps and I'm going to go to the Google Play Store, and the Play Store is right here under Play Store. And when I come into the Play Store, I'm actually going to search and type in PDF Maps, and you will see a little icon come in the corner, PDF Maps. And here I'm going to come in and click on Install, and I'm going to accept. And what that will do, you'll see up in my toolbar, you'll see the arrow where it's downloading that app from the Google Play Store. Now it's installing my PDF maps. See how the arrow is showing me successfully installed PDF maps. So when I go back out to my desktop, I should have PDF maps out here now. Right there, there's PDF maps. So I'm going to go ahead and open that app. When you first come into PDF maps, the very first time it's going to ask you to accept the agreement, and it'll give you just a small tutorial and tell you how to use it. You can use the Maps tab to access and organize your maps, and that's the tab you're going to be using for our Big Game CD digital maps. When you want to add a map, you're going to click on this plus in your upper right hand corner. If you want to buy something from the store, that also is available to you. So when you first get started here, there's a little tutorial here on getting started. What I'm going to do here though is I'm going to go ahead and plug in my cord that goes from here into my USB into my computer. So I'm going to plug that in to my USB, and you hear it in the background. It's installing my driver for my phone. Then the second thing I'm going to do is open up Big Game CD digital maps. They have the concentrations for Colorado for mule deer, antelope, also has it for elk, and then for the eastern plains we have it for white-tailed turkey, goose, and pheasant. So when I open that up, I'm going to pull my USB out of the holder here. One of the things I want to show you too is everything that I'm talking about is also on our HuntData mobile maps PDF, so you can open that file off of the USB, and that's a help tutorial. If you want to use any of these maps on Google Earth, those instructions are on here as well. So let's go ahead and put that into another USB spot here on my computer. So now I have my USB plugged in, and I also have my DROID plugged in as well. When this pops up on my Windows, I have an option to open the device. That's what I'm going to do. And so what that will show me, actually this device that it just opened was my DROID phone. So it says Jimmy's phone there. I have a card and I actually have my phone. I'm going to move this over to the left, and then I'm going to go down here to my start menu down in the bottom left hand corner, and I'm going to open up my computer, and I'm going to open up the thumb drive. It's called HuntData. The way it's organized is just numerically. Those are all your game management units. Just for today's tutorial, we'll open Game Management Unit 12. If I double click on that folder, I can see all the various maps that are in there. So you'll see the Antelope KMZ and an Antelope TIFF. Those two files are the same file, but they're in different formats. So the Antelope KMZ is something you would load onto a Garmin, or it's something you would also load in Google Earth. You'll see the Google Earth icon to the left there. The Antelope.tiff is the file that we're going to use with this PDF Maps app that we just downloaded from the Play Store. So what I'm going to do on my card here, I'm going to, you can organize it however you want. I'm going to put it under my DCIM folder, but you could put it anywhere. I'm going to create a new folder. I did a right mouse click, new folder, and I'm going to put it in Maps. You can put it anywhere you want to put it, whatever makes sense to you. Now I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to drag over the files I want to use. So I'm going to bring over the Antelope. I just drag it across. I'm going to bring over the elk as well. I'm going to say yes, go ahead, copy the file. So it's copying it over to my to the external card that I have in here. So I have the elk one already over there. Now I have the antelope one over there. I'm also going to bring over the mule deer. and I'll bring over the land use. And land use is just going to show you your public and private land, your BLM land. So now I have those 4 maps out there on the external SD card that's in my DROID. So now I'm going to go back into my DROID, and I'm going to hit the plus in the upper right hand corner to add a map. So when I'm on a DROID, I have the option to either add from that card that I just copied those maps from my USB to my card, or I can do it from the Dropbox, and I will have a separate video tutorial for that, for loading from your Dropbox to your DROID. But right now we're doing it, showing you how to load to the SD card on your DROID. So I'm going to say from my SD card, and I'm going to go into that map directory. I put it under my DCIM. To add a map, then from my SD card, I will come into PDF Maps on my DROID. I hit plus in the upper right hand corner, and I'm going to click on the SD card. And remember, I put it under the DCIM, so I'm going to go up to the highest level here, and I'm going to go down to my external SD card because I saved it there. And then I put it under DCIM, and I had a directory I created called Maps. It's wherever you want to put it is fine. So again, we have that antelope, the elk, the mule deer, and the land use. When I click on that, that's going to start processing that and bringing that into the actual software, into the actual app. I'm going to go ahead, that's the antelope coming in. I'm going to go ahead and add elk, so I'll show you the differences in these. I'm going to add from the SD card, I'm going to add mule deer. I'm going to hit add again, and I'm going to add the land use. So now I've brought in 4 maps that I would be interested in for that Unit 12. So as they come in, they process it. After it's processed, it only has to do that one time. Going forward, you can just open the map. Now you can see my antelope and my elk are already available for me to use. So I just click on the map itself, and again, it shows me to activate the location tool to see your current location using the GPS. You'll click the arrow in the upper left-hand corner. To add a place mark to your map, you click on the pin, and you can name it. You can put a photo behind it. Your current location appears up here, and it shows you your lat longs, shows you your coordinates. If you want to export or import your place marks, your waypoints, you can click on the pin that has a list to the side of it. And then last but not least is your wrench. And this is where there's different tools where you can measure distances, etc. So here's that Unit 12 that I brought in, that concentration map. It's a topo map that has the roads overlaid on it, so you can see CO Road 45. That's a new addition to our latest maps. We're on these concentration maps, we've actually now added the road numbers. Right here is a summer concentration. A migration corridor is with that magenta line. A winter concentration is here in blue. If I want to look at the legend on the far left, if I want to, again, I'm on that Antelope 12 map. This will show me my migration routes. It shows me production areas where they're having their babies between May 15th and June 15th. If there is a resident herd that stays there year-round, that would be reflected with a turquoise concentration. The winter concentration, it's where 90% of the herd had to be coming back to an area. That's blue horizontal. And then the summer range is in orange color. So like, let's pull in the elk. That was the antelope we were just looking at. This is the elk concentrations for Unit 12. So I can see, like if I'm an archery hunter, a muzzleloader first season, I would concentrate down here where the orange diagonal lines are. Now, if I was on this map, I could actually hit this. It said it could not go to that location because I'm not actually located on top of 12 right now. So let's go ahead and add one using the Dropbox. So I would go from Dropbox. Now, if I don't have a Dropbox account, I can do two things. I can either download the Dropbox app from the Play Store here, or I can go on my computer behind here. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go to Dropbox.com. I'm already logged in, but when you come in for the very first time, I'm going to go ahead and log out right now. When you come in for the very first time into Dropbox, you're going to say create an account, and you're going to put in your name. and then I'm going to create a password. And I have to agree to the terms, and I say create account. And you basically get a basic package for, you get 2 gigs worth of data for free. So go ahead and continue. And there's an option here where I can download that app and it would install it on my computer. I'm not going to do that right now. I just want to actually, I'm already logged in. So once I go into my actual Dropbox, I can click on Files here. And to add a new file, I just click on the plus up top here. And when I click on that plus, it's actually going to upload. So then when I go to upload it, I choose my file, and I'm going to direct it to my USB drive, which I have already put in. So I'm going to open up my desktop. Sorry, I'm going to open up my computer and double click on that HuntData. And again, that's sorted by unit. So let's say this time I'm going to upload 41 to my Dropbox. I'm going to choose that TIFF file because that's what I'm using with this app. And I'm going to say open down here at the bottom. And what that's going to do is that's going to go ahead and upload. Now I have to be on the internet in some way, either through my phone as a 3G as a hotspot, or I have to be on Wi-Fi. I have to do all this before I go into the field. Once you get in the field and you already have the maps loaded, it doesn't matter if you have access to internet or to a cell tower, because at that point it's actually running off satellites, and all of the newer droids have a GPS chip in them. So once I'm out in the field, I don't have to have internet access once that map file is on my droid. So that's going to upload for me. I'm going to go ahead and show you timeout. This time we're going to add a map through our Dropbox. So I click on From Dropbox. The very first time you have to log in, but once you're logged in you don't have to do that anymore, because then you're already in. Once that map is processed, I can then click on that CO, that's a statewide turkey map. So this is the entire state of Colorado. When I click on that top arrow, it's actually going to take and put my current location on the map, so you can see a blue dot where I'm sitting right now. So once I've done that, let's say that's where I've parked my vehicle and I'm getting ready to go out on my scouting trip for my hunt or go on my actual hunt, I can then drop a pin. I've hit the current location, it'll have you'll see a circle around it. That's where it's going to drop my waypoint, and there's my place mark 1. If I want to name that vehicle where I've parked or whatever, if it's a good meadow, if I'm scouting, I can set a description there. It shows the locations, and then I can save that and go back out, and I can now see that that's where my vehicle is. So this is a nice map when you're driving around and maybe you see a herd of elk or you're scouting and you want to know what unit you're in. You can see that it's a statewide map. Now this particular one is showing where the spring concentrations are and winter concentrations for turkey, but we also have a statewide map that is just a topography map, a 3-dimensional map. Again, I hit this current location, and that will actually take and put me where I'm at right now. So it puts there's a blue dot that shows my current location. So that's awesome, and it shows me my lat long there as well. Your tools are underneath your wrench here. You can find places if you've named your waypoints. If you want to export any of those place marks, you can also do that through this button right here. So that's just it in a nutshell. If you want to know just getting started, you can open up this. It's a small tutorial for you that shows you what each of these tools are. So it shows you where your location button, this is adding a place mark, this is exporting and importing, and these are your tools. So this is a nice thing that you can open up, and it gives you a small tutorial on how to use that. Thanks for checking in on this video tutorial.